Good morning. Okay, so I have some great hip flexor stretches for you that I want to go through. And I'm just going to go ahead and get started because it's probably going to take about 15 minutes to go through all of it, okay? So we're going to start out super simple and just get everything warmed up. We're going to lay on our backs. We're going to put that knee over top. And we're going to do, on every stretch we do, we're going to have an active version and then we're going to have a static version. So we're just going to get those hip flexors warmed up. Just cross that leg over right here. We're going for about 10 count. And then we're going to hold for 20. Pressing through that knee. I'm just counting to 20. It's not really a full 20 seconds. All right, then we'll switch sides, same thing. It's very beginner right here. We're just getting it loosened up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're gonna hold, press through that knee. They will get more advanced as we go along. All right, now you're going to go back to that same position, but instead of going this way, you're actually going to pull this knee to this opposite shoulder. So right knee is coming towards left shoulder. And again, we're just gonna right here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're going to just hold. All right, then other side, pull into this shoulder right here. And then we're going to hold. Woo, got a cramp. Tells you you're tight. Awesome. Now we're going to go into a classic butterfly, okay? Again, we're just going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're just going to press down and hold. And then we'll do the other side. Awesome. Now we're going to go into a lunge. Okay, so I'm just going to keep this foot down, knees down. Right, we're going to rock into that hip flexor for 10 count. Now, if you are super tight, you can just open that chest up and that's going to get it. Otherwise, you can take, if you need a little deeper stretch, take the right hand, if the left knee's down, and pull that up, and we're holding for 20 count. All right, and then we're going to gently switch sides. Again, right here, rock it out. And then again, if you're already really tight, you can just open up, get that deep stretch. If you need a little extra, right knee's the one down, holding it with my left hand. Woo, that burns so bad for me. This is my hip that hurts the most. Although I've noticed during these stretches that my other one's tight also, just in different places. Perfect. All right, we're gonna go into a pigeon. So right here, we're gonna take that here. Now this one looks kind of weird, but we're literally just going to kind of up and down. That leg is just out behind me, straight back. And we're just gonna do a little pulse right here. And then we're going to just sit down into it. Oh my goodness. I'm just counting to 20. I think you'll be able to see this better on the other side. Switching it up, legs straight back. I'm gonna just kind of 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks weird, I know, but it really does feel good. And then just set it down. All right, now we're going to kind of stick with that same pigeon setup, but this time instead of straightening that leg out, we're going to just bend it behind us, and we're going to come up. It's going to hit the hip flexor in a totally different spot, even though you're starting out kind of similar. So right here, we're just going to go for 10 counts. Again, I know these look weird. Who cares if it makes you feel better? You can do it in the privacy of your own home. And then we're just going to hold. Lean that arm. Reach back behind you to get that deep, deep stretch. All right, then we're going to do the other side. So right here, just right here, bring that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, so remember, we're getting a little bit more advanced with each stretch. So this next one, I'm actually going to use a step. Okay. For starters, we're going to just go down into like a squat and just sit here for a second. Okay. Now, the advanced version of this would be to, while you're in this squat, to take that and go down. And actually, that's how much better this has helped me. Last night, I could not do it. I could not do it at all. So you go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you're just going to hold right there, okay? I'm going to show you an easier version of this too. I'm just shocked I can do it. I'm telling you, last night I could not do it. All right, then back, we're going to do the other side. 1, 2, 3. This side's harder for me. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we're just going to hold. To this side's tighter in a totally different place. So this is why, now I know this is why my knee's been hurting a little bit on the inside, because I can tell doing these hip flexors that it's straining right there where my knee's been hurting. So this hip flexor's tight in a totally different way than the other one is that's causing my lower back pain. So go figure. All right, again, then you can just stay down in this hold here, pressing out with your elbows, and hold for 20 seconds. Ooh, that one gives me a cramp right there. All right, now the easier version would be to do the same thing, but actually do it seated. So you can still do, it's basically the same movement. And then we would hold down. That foot is just flat on the ground like that, okay? On this left side, I still should have done it this way because I could not get full range of motion earlier when I was showing you. So this left side's tighter more on this outside. And then we'll hold. It won't hurt us to do it twice. Oh, see, now that feels so good in a bad way or bad in a good way. I don't know how you want to talk about it, but I'm feeling that. Woo, yeah. All right, so now, after doing that, we should actually be ready for this next one, which is super hard. It's the Frogger. Okay, so on this one, we're actually going to try to do our toes. Look, this is how you're trying to get your foot. I'm not flexible enough. My hips are still too tight, so my heels are off the ground when I do it. Your goal would be for your heel to be flat on both sides, okay? Again, I'm not there yet. So anyway, I have them as close as I can get. So when I'm here, their heels are actually off the ground. We're just gonna rock back. If you can't go very deep, don't worry about it. Just do what you can. And then just sit right there. This will show you how unflexible your hips are. Because like look, I don't know if you can see, but my heels are like off the ground that much. Someone that their hip flexors are like where they're supposed to be, their heels should be on the ground. We're just holding. Woo. So one thing that's going to help with that is this next stretch, okay? We're actually going to put that leg straight out, put the tongue of the foot down, the tongue of the shoe down, and we're going to actually stretch these inner hamstrings, which are going to also loosen up those hips a little bit. So right here, we maybe should have done these first. They might have helped us get a deeper stretch on that other one. I don't know. You can try that. We're just sitting back here for 10 count. And now we're just going to lay down in it and hold. Perfect. Other side. Straighten that leg out. And just rock. And hold. Now, for me, some of the movements that actually hurt my lower back, which I know is tied into my hip flexors, are things that go this direction, that side-to-side movement. So I am actually going to go right here, keeping my body as straight as possible. And now I'm going to just hold. And I can feel this pulling on my lower back, upper hip flexor on this back side. I know talking to some of you that the oblique movements hurt, and this is why. Okay, that needs to be stretched right there. And then we'll go to the other side. Just a little active. I'm just trying to touch the ground over here. And then we're just going to hold. That ought to feel really good. Everything should feel loosened up. And do these every day till you see an improvement in those hip flexors. You should notice an improvement pretty quick, actually. So, good luck.